So I married a liar, who has always the best intentions and indeed likes people to be happy, rather like Zeno. And there just came a point where I said, you got to leave me out of it. But early on, I mean, there are many stories of his lives. Like when we met in England, and I was studying at Cambridge, and he was too, and then he was in London, and I missed the train to get back for tutorial, and he called up and said that I missed the train because my mother was visiting London and had been running for a bus and had broken her collarbone, which wasn't true. But the professor was, of course, then very sympathetic, and when I went, I talked a lot about what had happened when he'd broken his own collarbone and so on. But on the telling a story just to just to make somebody happy, it wasn't about war, so it wasn't going to cause. But he didn't. When we were younger, if we were invited to dinner parties on the same night, he didn't like to disappoint somebody, so he would just say yes, even if he knew 3 weeks or a month before that we weren't going to be able to go. And then sometimes he would remember to get out of it, and then other times he wouldn't. And there was a time when we were supposed to go to a dinner party, and I suddenly realized we were also supposed to go to another dinner party at the same time. And so I said, you got to do something about that. So he called up this chap, and he said, well, I'm afraid we can't come because Claire has appendicitis. And we're and we're rushing, but this is one of the things afterwards. I said, you can't include me in the lies anymore. He said, she has appendicitis and we have to rush to the hospital. And then we went to the other dinner party and promptly forgot, as one does. And so sort of 3 months later, we run into Francis, the guy who had the dinner party, and he looks at me and he says, gosh, Claire, I hope you're okay. And of course, it wasn't my lie. I don't remember. I don't know what he's talking about. My husband did not miss a moment, did not miss a beat, stepped right in. He said, do you know what? He said, we got to the hospital and it turned out it was just trapped wind. So anyway, so maybe you could say I'm married to Zeno Cassini, but the sort of human truth of you come up with the thing that will solve the problem in the moment, never anticipating that it will generate another problem that will then need to be solved.